Welcome into Lone Star Conference Basketball Media Days alongside head coach Blake Fligner. This is Justin Hare, Xavier Brown. We're taking an inside look at the DBU basketball team. Boy, what a season it was last year. The Patriots making all the way to the Elite Eight for the first time in school history, a run to the national semifinals. You know, you lose your top two leading scorers all time in program history, but how excited are you and encouraged? You had 12 guys back from last year's team.
We do. We've got some great experience. Replacing Cam and Ricky won't be easy, but having so many guys with experience and the success that they've had is exciting. It's something to build from, and we're excited about this year.
Well, you brought two of your standouts in Xavier Brown, Justin Hare. What can you say just about their talent on the floor and the leadership that they provide?
Yeah, these two guys are gifted. They play with incredible passion and energy, and they're some of our best leaders on the team. They bring a high IQ to the game, and sometimes it's good cop, bad cop, but they're not afraid to hold one another accountable and push their teammates and help bring out the best in one another.
Yeah, let's get into talking about this team, a team that causes a lot of chaos on the defensive side of the floor. It starts with X. He was last year's Defensive Player of the Year in the Lone Star Conference. Boy, a team that led the nation last year in turnovers forced per game. You forced about 22 turnovers per game. We like to call it a 94-foot nightmare, both ends of the floor. What can you say just about this style of play and the chaos that you're able to cause and the cast of guys you have around you on that defensive side?
I just definitely say the controlled chaos is what we love and what we feast on. Our team is really fast from our point guard to our center, so we pride ourselves in defensively making teams tired and just making sure that we take advantage of every situation, just not in the half court but in a full court setting.
And it leads to an offense that was 27th in the country last year in scoring. You average almost 86 points per game. How about the offensive weapons, Justin, that you've got on the offensive side?
Of course, like you said earlier, we lost Ricky and Cam. Those are two huge parts of our team last year, but I think we replaced it with a forward named Bishop. I think he'll help step up in there. Jacko has also been finishing well around the rim. We got a guard named TJ, and of course Trev is back. So is Cody. We have a lot of shooters that can space the floor, and I think we filled our gaps there so we can get downhill and get our points and also be able to play defense. So.
And we talk about 12 guys coming back from last year's squad, so you didn't have many holes to fill. You had only 3 spots open, but you do bring it. Justin talks about the guys coming in. What can you tell us about the 3 that you've added to the roster?
Yeah, I think the Patriot fans are going to be excited to see what we have. I think Bishop Jones is going to be a really nice addition. TJ Thomas has been playing great, 2 transfers that have had experience in college. Isaiah Dozier is coming from a program in high school that played in a similar style, and he's adapted really well. I mean, in a lot of ways faster than I expected, and he's had some good moments. So we're really excited about the future and what they bring to the table. I think they're going to be big parts of our success this year.
You know, as you come back for your senior season, to get to the stage that you were on last year, you're 1 game away from getting to the national championship. How big of a motivating factor? You come back for this senior season, how much is that on your mind to be able to get back? It's a long process, but how much is that just the motivating drive for you?
It's a huge motivator. I mean, it still stings knowing that you were 7 seconds away from, securing a spot in a championship game and potentially winning, but, everything happens for a reason, and you leave it in the God's hands to, use that as a motivating factor to just come back harder, and you know what to expect, and you know what it's worth and how much it takes to be able to get there. So it helps us, keep things in perspective. We're all human, and, everybody has their days, but you have to keep stacking days in order to get back to that same spot.
Well, the season almost here. You're about 2 weeks away from the season opener. This Patriots team goes on the road to Florida. It's a small college basketball Hall of Fame classic. Michigan Tech and Washburn. You're going to see 2 elite teams right out of the gates, 2 teams that went to the national tournament last year. Justin, I got to imagine, really excited to go to Florida. But what can you say about playing on that stage?
It's really exciting. We went there my freshman year and played Nova Southeastern, probably one of the best teams. This is who we got our system from. So being able to watch Washburn last year in the Final Four was awesome. Just getting to see that we'll be 2 teams that have been there and know what it takes to have gotten there that close, and so being able to play them first off, I think will give us a good advantage. And then Michigan Tech as well, they made it far into the playoffs as well, so being able to play them also gives us another good learning experience for the new guys and us to know what it'll take to get to the national championship.
That's a really challenging non-conference schedule. With that being said, how does that prepare you for what you know is to come in the Lone Star?
Well, we know the Lone Star Conference is brutal. There's lots of really good teams. There's no off nights, and so we've tried to prepare by having no off nights in the non-conference as well. Going out and playing teams like Michigan Tech and Washburn and Missouri St. Louis and Rogers State, and having a non-conference game against St. Edwards Maybe we're crazy, but we wanted to test ourselves and figure out what we need to get better at. And there's no better way to do that than playing great teams that are well coached, and we know we're going to be challenged, and that'll prepare us for hopefully later in the year.
And it's an exciting time of the year. It all gets started on the 1st of November when DBU takes on Michigan Tech in Florida. It's been an inside look today at the DBU basketball team for head coach Blake Fligner, Justin Hare, Xavier Brown. I'm Reagan Rackle.